This is a tutorial for a Medx Avenger that we have it here at Iron Bull Fitness. A quick video for us to show you how to use this machine in a safe way so you can continue training. There's a couple of unique features on this machine. The first thing we have are shoulder pads. We have numbers, or rather stickers for numbers on the back here, and you can tell where you want to be as far as the shoulder pads. The idea behind it is obviously if one's torso is longer than other people's, maybe shorter torso, you can adjust for that point. Because once you sit down, you want the shoulder pads drive into those shoulders, which is what's going to keep you away from having you lifted from that seat. And the way we're going to do that, we're going to pull that pin and just like that, adjust per our desire length or where the setting has to be. Once again, you're going to have to feel that out once you get in the machine where it feels comfortable, but you want to feel snug and having some pressure on those shoulders, because once again, as you're performing it and pushing that plate forward, the weight is not pushing back and lifting you out of the machine. The next thing that we're going to talk about is going to be this adjustable backrest. Once again, depending what you're trying to focus, this is not a advanced technique video, but a basic safety video tutorial of how to use this. You're going to have to try to find it, feel what feels the best for you and your back performing this exercise. So the way this works, we're going to go ahead and pull this pin and it adjusts, drops up and down for, once again, your desired height for the back and what it feels the best. Once again, everybody's a little different. The next thing that we're going to talk about, we have two loading horns. We have one towards the back and one on the side. So the primary loading horn on this machine is going to be towards the back. This is what we suggest and recommend loading it first. We see this often here at Iron Bull Fitness that people will load the side loading horn first, and it absolutely makes it a little bit or maybe a lot easier to perform this exercise, and therefore you can add more plates, but that's always not the best way. And it does tend to cause more damage to the machine, so we always recommend and suggest load the first horn, which is the furthest extending. Once you have maxed this out and you need more resistance, then you can start loading the side horn. But once again, this is a tutorial video. First, always get into the machine, try it without any weight just to feel if it feels safe or comfortable, and if you don't have any limitations. If it does, then continue loading more resistance on it. But this is the loading horn, and this is what first should be loaded, is that the one that's furthest out. We're going to show you now how to get in it and set the machine up. There's another adjustment on here, which we're going to zoom in, kind of going a little bit closer. It's the seat positioning, where it gets closer or further from the seat. And once again, this will determine on the length of your legs. Obviously, everybody's a little different. Some people might have to sit a little closer. Some people might have to sit a little further to get full range of motion and maximize this machine and what it's supposed to do. All right, we're going to move it on the other side. We're going to show you how this works. Now that we have adjusted our proper shoulder height and we adjusted the backrest to feel where it feels the best for us, we know where the loading horn is and what's the best way to load it. We're going to go ahead and adjust the seating position of how close or how far we want to be in this machine. And the way this works, we have a lever which is right here. We're going to pull it towards or pull it up, and this machine will move back and forth. The way we determine whether or how far should we be sitting and maximize the range of motion in Medx Avenger is once you get into the machine, let's say you put at a certain position, and we do have labeled numbers at the bottom here, 1 through 25, quite a long range. Once we go ahead, set on a basic setting, let's say I'm going to be on 5. I'm going to get into this machine. Once I press the foot plate, we're going to see this bumper stop. If you press this foot plate all the way down and you have bottomed out and you touch this bumper plate, you're sitting too close. So therefore, we need to move the seat slightly backwards. Now, let's say on the other side of it, you have adjusted it just to see where you are, and you sat down and you push the foot plate with your feet, and you're very far from the safety bumper. you probably are safe enough to move the seat a little bit closer to, once again, maximize that range of motion for what you're attempting to do. So once again, for instance, if I set it up at number 6, I will sit down, I will push the foot plate forward, and I have about a half an inch to an inch before I bottom out on that safety bumper. That's a good position for me to be in. Now that we've found our seating position, how far or how close we need to sit, like I said, we talked about before hitting that bumper and leaving about an inch, maybe half an inch before we bottom out, we're ready to go. Once again, the shoulder pads are adjusted and our backrest is adjusted per your desire. Once we're ready with this, we're gonna sit down, we're gonna brace ourselves, we're gonna place both our feet on this foot plate, once again in a strong, powerful squat position, and we're gonna go ahead and press the foot plate forward. Once we press the foot plate forward, we have this safety on the right hand side. With this handle, we're gonna pull it towards us, thus removing the safety here and allowing for you to perform full range of motion for this Medx Avenger. Awesome, unique, beautiful machine. So once we have removed the safety, pulled it towards us, we have the handles. Once again, you see the theme here as every leg press has. On the left and right side, we're gonna grab these handles and we're gonna brace ourselves and push, or rather pull ourselves into the seat, make sure the glute doesn't come up. Once we're done that, we're gonna go ahead and perform the set. Just as such. Once we have completed our set, remember, we're gonna push the safety lever forward. This is gonna set up our safety. We're gonna lower the machine. Once it takes the weight off, it feels comfortable, you know it's safe to leave the machine. So if you have any questions, let us know, we'll help you out.